back with John Stossel. And by the way, you can catch his show, Stossel, on the Fox Business Network tonight at 9 p.m. and then again at 12 a.m. Eastern. Tonight you have who?
We have education. Talk about subsidies and government spending. We have a school that went from the worst in California to the best with less money, and the principal fired teachers on the first day sometimes.
Who doesn't think that that won't work? I mean, I just don't understand it.
The principal freedom to run his own.
Exactly right. Okay, so I asked you before we went out, people will say we can't make it. You know, we have to have all these government subsidies or we won't be able to compete. We won't be able to make it.
Well, that's why I love this chart. Look when America grew the fastest, when we became the most remarkable country in the world. This is a graph of the size of government over the history of the Republic. For most of the life of the country, government was less than 5% of GDP. It's only since Lyndon Johnson and the Great Society, FDR, that it goes
Come over here.
Straight up.
I want to show you this real quick. We're going to go over to the timeline. And I want to show you, this is, now you have the graph starting here, and it's flatline. It's flatline. Really all the way, it starts here. Here's Social Security.
When we grew the fastest, the tiny government.
This is when the world, we were candlelight here.
We were nothing.
We were
here
nothing.
Already we were the leader.
Right, okay. So now, here we go, and it comes up. Now this is government spending. Now here we are, 1944, the GI Bill of Rights, the National School Lunch Act, 1946. See that it comes up. This is the growth of government. We have Medicaid and Medicare begins 1965. Here's your Great Society. But I find this interesting. 1974, that's Nixon-Ford, is it not? Here it comes. Look at, it's not a Democratic problem. It is an American progressive problem. Food stamps programs, right? Goes up, comes down a little bit. 1981 goes up a little bit, then comes back down. This is the Low Home Energy Assistance Program. What is that? Skyrockets up. 1997 is S-chip. But you'll see here, again, at the end of Clinton, it kind of comes down. That is when Clinton and
a gridlock, a Republican Congress that said no.
No, but look at how little it went down.
Well, the trend is up.
We thought that was so
This
huge.
goes off the chart where it's going now up. You can't graph it in the studio.
Is it reasonable? You and I are both small government, libertarian. We disagree on things, I'm sure, but we both want small government. Do you believe that this could ever even get here?
And it has to get there if we're going to survive and pay for the people who really do need help. I worry. I mean, I listen to the Tea Party people. They want smaller government, but the polls show, well, what about Social Security? Oh, don't touch that. What about Medicare? Don't touch that. We have to chop into some of these programs. It's unsustainable.
It's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. You won't get it eventually. So and soon, when I say eventually, I mean, you know what's so frustrating is that this thing has been going on like this. We've known it since it started. FDR said, you can't pass this bill on to the people in 1980. And yet we just keep growing and growing and growing.
Well, part of the problem is we rudely keep living longer. And FDR had no idea that people...
going to take care of that.
When Social Security was growing...
I'm back in just a second. Thanks.
Hello, everyone.